In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night.
Who else wants some? They said my D-line didn't exist. Bullshit.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
What's coming? You on the way?
And then back right, keeping his balance incredibly. Touchdown, Delvin Williams. But in answer to Williams, the Houston Oilers have their own brilliant rookie, the Heisman Trophy winner, number 34, Earl Campbell.
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing out there? It's early morning. It's Memorial Day. Blessed Memorial Day to each and one of you. All that to do is, as you come in, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, join the membership if you don't mind, to continue to help this show grow. I want to say good morning to everybody in the chat. Miss Phyllis Smith, how are you doing? She's speaking to the chat also. Tim Isaac, appreciate you this morning. What's going on, Go Gator? Appreciate you this morning. Bassy, good morning, good morning. Thank you for rocking with me. Mr. Key, appreciate you, my dog. Appreciate you this morning. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. My morning edition. What's up, Southbound? At the 8 a.m. Eastern time to talk about the Colorado present football team right now with Coach Prime. We're going to talk about that this morning. I won't hold you long for about 30 minutes, and I'll let you go. I understand a lot of people got other things to do. Well, check this out. Also, at noon today, once this show is over, I'm getting ready to record a pre-recorded video because I'll be out there cooking on the grill and doing whatever. I won't have time to do a afternoon show, and then I'll come back later on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm talking about Shiloh, the whole show. Shiloh Sanders, the whole show. Tune in. It's going to be a good one, and I need your participation. I'm going to drop that link. I'll probably ask about 2 or 3 of y'all to come out there and talk to me. Hope Miss Philly be the first one. Miss Smith, be ready. All right. Yeah, it's right in Atlanta. It's right in Georgia, man. It is. It is. All right, let's get into it. I ain't gonna hold you long. Check this out. Let's talk about what Coach Prime and the Colorado football team is doing out there right now. Yeah, he doing his thing. I got a little bag. I got to stop that. Like I say, if you haven't been paying attention to what Coach Prime and his staff is doing, look on y'all. Coach Prime out there building the trenches. He out there building them trenches. He doing that. I know. I know Shadua is getting all the attention, but my dog out there, Coach Prime, y'all, he putting in that work. He putting in that work in them trenches. He just is. He putting in that work and he building that offensive line. Just about every day you hear somebody has committed to that offensive line, and they have a huge offensive line. Because when you look at Colorado football team for the last 2 years, their issue has been the trenches, the offensive line. That's been their issue for the last 2 years at Colorado. Why we can't have no running game? You can't have no running game unless you have a offensive line that can block, and you need size. Our offensive line for the last 2 years been getting pushed around. They've been getting pushed around on the offensive line by other team defense. When you look at the bowl game, you see how BYU dominated us up front. That's why Shadua was on the run majority of the time. Well, if we just look at what Coach Prime has done this offseason through the transfer portal and with the return of the All-American himself, Jordan C. Coach Prime is putting together probably one of the best offensive line in the Big 12. I know it just on paper. I know be what you said that last year. I get that. And it didn't turn out the way it did. I'm trying to tell you right now, if you just look at the measurements of these guys that Coach Prime brought in, let's look at them. Let's look at them. It go chart right here. I think this is the chart right here. Let's look at the size. Let's look at them. Got this from the Twitter page. Let's look at the size. Colorado projected starting 5 offensive linemen, height and weight. The first person. Let's look at the first person up there. Jordan C. 6'5", 330 pounds. 6'5", 330 pounds. That's a huge dude. I don't care how you twist it. That is a huge dude to weigh 330 pounds at 6'5". Remember when he first got there, he only weighed 285 pounds. 285 pounds is what Jordan Seaton weighed when he first got there. And he right now at 330. That lets you know he been putting in that work. He been eating good. He been eating properly. And he been training. And he been in that gym. And lately, he been up under the leadership of the new strength and conditioning coach, Coach Swayze. Jordan C. I'm not trying to tell y'all. This dude here is massive. And he coming off an excellent year. I expect Jordan C to be even better this upcoming year. I expect him to still be an All-American. He's the leader on this offensive line. He will be the leader on this offensive line and of the team. This is Jordan's season year. And you don't heard him in the videos from Bucky, Well-Off Media. Man, I'm counting down. He counting down the days because he know he only have this year and next year, and he off to the league. Now, he ain't playing on 4. No. Yeah, he won't be there for a year for Colorado. This going to be one of his best years, and next year going to be his last year. Jordan C. He will be the anchor on that offensive line at that left tackle position. No doubt in my mind. Like I said, Coach Prime is building a SEC team up front. That offensive line. Jordan C, 6'5", 330 pounds from the IMG program 2 years ago. Last year, he was at Colorado. Well, Coach Prime just didn't stop there. His staff and recruiting staff and the coaching staff, they just didn't stop there. Beside him, it's going to be projected the left guard, Xavier Hill, 6'5", 320 pounds. Boy, that's a mountain of a dude. Remember, Jordan C is 6'5", as you see. Xavier Hill is 6'5". Remember, Xavier Hill is transferring in from Memphis, and he also, before Memphis, he was at LSU. That's where he met our Colorado director, player of personnel. So they're familiar with one another, and he coming in off his last year of eligibility to play. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts early this morning. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Xavier here is going to be a key to that offensive line. Because if you remember in the games in Kansas where we got beat up front, the games at Kansas State, Nebraska, when we played them, it's the guard position that kept blowing up our guards and getting to Shadua and had Shadua on the run because we didn't weigh enough. We weren't good enough. But Xavier Hill, if you check his record, it's on the internet. He only gave up 1 sack out of 580 some snaps. One. Just one. He gave up 1 sack out of 580 snaps on the offensive line. He ain't little. This dude is big. He huge. And if you watch the film, I don't have the film work with me now, but if you watch his films, man, this dude is a truckload. You hear me? He's a truckload. He gonna be hard to handle down there in that paint. So when you look at the offensive line on that left side with Jordan C and the big man right here, Xavier Hill, we should be able to run the football anytime we get ready. Yeah, with Dallin Hay or Michael, Charlie, or any other running back that we have on the team. We just should. Xavier Hill, along with Jordan C, should be a dominant tag team on the left side. They should be there. I'm telling you, should no pass rush get to K Salter at the quarterback. None with Xavier here on that offensive line. Once again, Coach Prime and his staff seem like they committed to the trenches this year. Not just the offense, the defense too. But right now, I want to concentrate on the offense. Well, let's look at the center position. Who we got there? Remember, Cash Cleveland left and went to Oklahoma State. We appreciate Cash Cleveland for everything that he did for us while he was at Colorado. So when you look at Zarian McGill as the center, he's 6'3", 312 pounds. 6'3", 312 pounds. If you've seen him in the weight room when Coach Swayze had him, you see how big and strong he was. Bench pressure. You saw that. You saw him in the spring game, how he dominated while he was center and up front along with Jordan C. and them. That center position is going to be a key. Can you pick up a stunt at that center position? That's what I'm looking at. And not just him, all of them. Can they pick up a stunt? Because BYU, they stunted on us the whole game. BYU, Kansas, and Kansas State. They ran a stunt just about every play. And that's why Shadua was on the run. He was on the run. Their defensive lineman was in the backfield every play because the offensive line couldn't pick up a stunt. It ain't just the players, it was part of the coaching too. It is what it is, y'all. Now we got Big George Hageman on that offensive line, along with two other more coaches. Our offensive line should be better this year. We have three offensive line coaches. Garner White, he's the head man in charge. He's the head man in charge on that offensive line. Jordan C, Xavier Hill, and that center, Matt Gill. The center, Matt Gill. So we should be strong on that left side. On that left side, we should be strong. We should be strong. They have the size of a SEC team. Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas. For its size and what's on paper. Now, when you play the offensive line, you got to have that want to. Now, does these players have that want to? I believe they do, y'all. I believe they do. This going to be the difference from winning a Big 12 championship. Last year, the offensive line was just good enough to compete for a Big 12 championship. But when you look at this offensive line, you look at their history, you look at their size, and you look at the extra coaches that Coach Prime has provided for them, they should win the Big 12. And they should at least have a running back. At least one of them get at least 700 yards in rushing. That ain't counting K. Salt the way he going to do. I'm talking about a running back, Michael. He should at least have 700 yards if he get the total amount of carries. Yeah, he should. Dallin Hayden, who I think will be the breadwinner running back. I think he gonna get the majority of the totes, and he should at least by the end of the season, out of 12 games, they should have at least a running back with 700 yards total. That's just me. I could be wrong, but I think I'm about right. They should. They should. They just should. Well, let's move to the other side of the line. Here we go. Zy Chrysler, 6'7", 340 pounds. I don't know about y'all. Ain't too many of these dudes size and walking the street every day. That's just not. He playing that right guard, a major part of the offensive line. Major. The two guard position where Xavier Hill and Zy Chrysler, the right guard, that's where the pressure was coming at. That's where those stunts is being ran at. Along with that center. If you go back and look at the tapes, the videos, and check out the history of Zy Chrysler, this dude was a dog, y'all, out there in Illinois. He played in the Big Ten. That's where they ran the ball. The Big Ten. They known for that. And Zy Chrysler, he's in his last year. These guys trying to get to the NFL. If these guys go out there and perform, get drafted in the NFL, do you know what they're going to do with recruitment going forward for Coach Prime and the Colorado football team? Man, he's going to take that thing to another level. Xavier Hill is on his last year. Zy Chrysler is on his last year. Big Ten. He come from the Big Ten. He used to running the football. He used to that. Dominating the line of scrimmage. This dude is like a fire hydrant. 6'7", 340 pounds. And I'm predicting right now, like I did before we got into the Shadua thing, Zy Chrysler, he gonna be the best offensive lineman on the line. I'm standing there. I'm standing on that hill with my flagpole and sticking it in the ground. Zy Chrysler, if he stay healthy the whole 12 games, he will be the best offensive lineman on that team. I know Jordan seen this All-America. I get that. I understand that. But I'm just trying to tell you, I don't seen his film work. I don't seen his PFF grade. Illinois. He played in the Big Ten. He played against Michigan. This dude didn't give up one sack out of 600 snaps. Zy Chrysler will be the best offensive lineman on Colorado this year. He will give up the least sack at that position. Now he playing the guard position because the only thing he really got to do is he gonna have the center to help him double team and pick up that stunt, and he good at it. Big guy, 6'7", 340 pounds. Man, he gonna truck roll some folks, and he's strong. And when he get through, when Coach Swayze get through with him, look at him. He's gonna be a bulldozer. He's gonna turn from a fire hydrant to a bulldozer. Fire hydrant to a bulldozer, and he can move laterally, left to the right. He can move at a big man, 6'7", 340 pounds, wear a size 18 shoe. 18, and can move like that. Oh yeah, NFL bound. Just about that whole offensive line right there. Right there, that's projected to start. If you look at their height and you look at their weight, as J.R. Boxer say, if you look at their measurement, these are NFL type players. Coach Prime, you doing it, dog. Joan Singh, 6'5", 330. Xavier Hill, 6'5", 320. Matt Gear, 6'3", 312. And when you look at Zy Chrysler, 6'7", 340 pounds. Ain't too many quarterbacks gonna be able to look over his head and his shoulder to find a wide receiver. That's why you see him moving around. He getting Case Salter moving around. Ain't too many quarterbacks that can stand back there and see over him. You look at that size of that right side. That's why they moving him out. They can't see. They 6'7". How many 6'7" players you know walking around the street or in the NFL? Yeah. You just don't see that, dog. Ladies and gentlemen, you just don't see that everywhere. If you look at the University of Alabama football team, if you look at the University of Georgia football team, and look at their offensive line, look at their measurement, they don't have those sides right there, y'all. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest with you. I ain't shooting you the bobo this morning either. I'm just being straight out honest with you. Ain't too many 6'7", almost 350 pound guys walking around the street or on a football team, especially at an offensive line. When you play that offensive line, you got to be able to move forward, backward, and laterally, left, right. Those some big dudes. That ain't no small team. I keep trying to tell you. Coach Prime has put together a SEC offensive line. Zy Chrysler. I'm just trying to tell you right now. I'm projecting he will be the best offensive lineman on Colorado this year. And I ain't blowing no smoke to you. At the end of the season, after that last game, you check his records. Matter of fact, pay attention to every game they play. Not one time you'll see him give up a sack. He might give up one. He ain't giving up on no two. He just not. He haven't done it in the past. Check his records. Google him and see how many sacks he done gave up out of 3 years at Illinois. 0. 1. Come to Colorado. For what? He come for the likes, the attention, to get to the next level, to get a chance to play in the NFL. I'm telling you, if he go out there and ball out, he gonna get drafted. We know we getting wide receivers drafted. We know we getting DBs drafted, safeties drafted, Shiloh them drafted. Can you get an offensive lineman drafted? And they're gonna turn the whole program around. They're gonna turn the whole program around if you start getting these big boys drafted in the NFL. For Colorado, Coach Prime. Because Coach Prime doing his thing. I like this offensive line so far. I know it's on paper. They haven't played together. B-Watt, slow down. But I'm trying to tell you, my dog, Coach Prime, putting them trenches together. He committed to it. He putting it together. He knows he cannot win the Big 12 without a decent offensive line. It can't be decent. It got to be the best offensive line in the Big 12, just like BYU had, just like Kansas State had, and Kansas had. Kansas had one of the biggest offensive line last year. Man, they truck rolled us in that game. against Kansas. We didn't have a shot. We couldn't tiger. Only thing that running back and that quarterback was doing against us when we played Kansas, they were just snapping the ball and taking it and running behind them big offensive line. They were pulling and everything. They were moving because they had the size and they offensive line could move. They could move. They could get to the second level. That's what you need anytime you got an offensive line and your offensive coordinator can scheme up a play and your offensive line can get to the second level. Now, the second level means leave the front, the offensive line, the defensive line, and get to the linebackers. When you hear me say that or anybody say get to the next level, your offensive line need to get to the linebackers and the safeties and the DB, whoever in that box. When you hear that wash, you want to get out of that wash and get to the next level as an offensive line. And if these offensive linemen that Coach Prime have brought in, Jordan Seaton, Xavier Hill, McGill, and now Chrysler, if they can get to the second level, oh, it's on. It's on. And don't let K Sauce get back there. Oh, yeah. He headed for 1,000-yard rusher with this offensive line. Coach Prime is doing his thing. He committed. Coach Prime is committed to the offensive line, to the trenches, seem like. Now, the key thing is going to be depth. If somebody going to get injured, because they big, they tall, they weigh a lot. They weigh 300. They averaging 320 to 350 pounds, right? They averaging that much. That's why it's important to have depth behind them. They got to build that depth behind them. They got to. And I think a couple of days, JR sent me a message that Colorado had another commitment from the UCLA for that offensive line, which is going to be good too. So, like I say, Coach Prime doing anything. He building that trenches, y'all. He building it. He committed to it. And that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, as Buck can say. That's a beautiful thing, that offensive line. Well, Coach Prime just didn't stop there. Colorado projected starting offensive lineman again. When you look at that right tackle, Larry Johnson III, 6'7", 350 pounds. Oh, jeez. He the biggest player on the team. The biggest. Yeah. He bigger than Barnes. He bigger than Otis. He bigger than all of them. He big. Larry Johnson III, a transfer from the University of Tennessee. From the University of Tennessee. Let that sink in. An SEC team. A big dude. Want a chance to get seen and get noticed, and so he can have a chance to get to the next level, which is the NFL. Larry Johnson, Tennessee. Big dude. I seen a couple films on him. The dude look like, man, look at him. He blocked one dude and just laid on him, pancaked him, and just once he drove him down in the ground, he got that nasty spirit in him and just laid on him. Yeah. He just laid on him. He's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. Big Larry Johnson III. You got to be happy for the young man. You got to be happy. He coming to the big stage. The lights going to be bright. People going to watch him. And if he go out there and perform the way I'm thinking he going to perform, he should get a shot at the end of the NFL. No doubt about it. I'm just trying to tell you, Coach Prime is building an SEC team up front in Colorado for this year. Last year or the last 2 years, the past year, the offensive line been so-so, right? Everything was just on Shedeur. Shedeur did what he could do with the offensive line that he had last year. But this year, Coach Prime is committed to building the trenches along with Garner White, Big George. This offensive line should be dominant. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a running back, Dallin Hay, Micah, Charlie, and the new running back that just came in, that transfer in with us, shouldn't get at least 700 yards of rushing by 12 games. One of them should have that. Now, case off, that's a different story. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. I hate to do that to y'all. Yeah, early this morning. I know. Look at her. Hey, that's a different animal right there now. K-Salt, all K-Salt just need is a little bit inch. He gone. He gone. You can bet that. There ain't no sitting around waiting for K-Salt now. It is what it is. But once again, you watching Sports Talk. We'll be watched on this Monday, Memorial morning. I hope y'all are having a good day and hope y'all have a great day. Some people have to work, some don't. Like I say, right now, I'm here talking about Coach Prime and the Colorado football team, and I'm looking at their offensive line. I'm concentrating on the offensive line in the first block of the show, and I'm going to switch to the receivers room where I need to be doing that now because I'm at the halfway mark. Let me close this out. Colorado starting offensive line. If you look at their height, if you look at the weight, Jordan C, 6'5", 330. Xavier Hill, 6'5", 320. If you look at the center position, McGill, Zarian McGill, he's 6'3", 312. The right guard, Zy Chrysler, 6'7", 340. The right tackle, Larry Johnson III, 6'7", 350 pounds. There's a lot of beef up front. The Buffs are serious about running the football, according to No Buff Around Media. I'm telling you right now, if this offensive line, that coaching staff, get it right, get the scheme right, they will have a running back at least with 700 yards. That's a major improvement with Colorado up under Coach Prime, because they're not known for running the football in the past. Even though we had Shador was a heck of a quarterback, can't take that from him. I won't take it from him. But if Coach Prime can get this running game going to help the quarterback and the passing game, yeah, a well-rounded team, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Good morning, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams. How you doing? Yeah, an improvement. That's right, an improvement. Miss Fat, what's going on? It is impressive. Impressive, y'all. Impressive. What's up, Wayne Hood? Miss Kimberly Wise Williams, how you doing? Ruben, what's going on? Trackhawk. Yeah, Trackhawk. Yeah, that's the name. Trackhawk. Appreciate that. Trackhawk, boy, with the speed and the agility and the way he can catch the ball out of the backfield, they're going to have to put some package in for him. I don't think he's going to pass Dallin. Hey, now I'm not saying that he can't. He could. I'm not saying that he can't, but it's a good possibility that he can, right? Because I think they're going to be the 1-2 punch. Trackhawk, but I think Dallin Hay is going to be the most impressive running back this year on Colorado. I'm not taking nothing from Michael, Charlie, nor Trackhawk. I think there's some good running backs, but Dallin Hay has really impressed me. If he stay healthy, and if you look back 2 years ago at Ohio State, his freshman year, the dude ran for 500 yards and didn't even play in every game as a freshman. That's what I'm saying. I like his toughness. And I like the way he can pick up a blitz in the backfield as a running back. And also, the most important part about Dallin Hayden that I like, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He got good hands. And you just got to like that. I know I do. I like that. Yeah, I really like that from Dallin Hayden. Once again, y'all, I just believe we got a good team. I know Shador is dominating the news cycle right now, but hey, shoot, that offensive line, it's impressive. Yesterday, we picked up Coach Prime, had breaking news. He picked up another cornerback committed, T. Davis. That's a good sign from Wyoming that they got an extra defensive back. You know, we lost Coach Hood, but now Coach Prime is building that depth piece at that cornerback position. I want to say welcome him to the team. Don't know the health of Preston Hart at that nickel position. I heard this guy here can play nickel, also defensive back. They say he's pretty good, so we're going to find out the status of Preston Hart and all of them, really, you know, if they're healthy. They got to be healthy. And we got to have the depth piece behind them just in case they're not. Just in case they are not healthy. to play a full 12 game series. Again, full 12 game season. A full 12 game season. All right. Once again, this is my 8 o'clock in the morning edition of Sports Talk. I'll be talking about the Colorado Buffaloes Monday through Thursday at 8 o'clock a.m. Tune in if you can. I know it's a different time. People at work, people on the move and stuff like that. I'm just trying to grow my channel in every possible way that I can. And I can't do it without you all. I appreciate you. I really do. And later on today, the afternoon, I'll be cooking on the grill. When this show is over, I'm going to record a pre-show. Going to be about 10 or 15 minutes long, talking about Shedeur Sanders of Cleveland Browns as QB1. And at 8 p.m. tonight, it's a live show. I'm concentrating on Shiloh and Jimmy Horn Jr. tonight. Nobody else. Shiloh, Jimmy Horn Jr., and LeJohntay. I'm concentrating on them tonight. All right? All right. Let's move on. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Here we go. The wide receiver room. Scott Proctor of DNVR had an interesting tweet the other day that I liked it. I told him that's nice information that I didn't know. When you look at Colorado offense and you look at that wide receiver room, keep in mind that we lost Travis Hunter, 1,000-yard rusher. We lost LeJohntay, a 900-yard receiving. Travis Hunter, 1,000-yard receiving. I said rusher, 1,000-yard receiver. LeJohntay Weston, a 900-yard receiver. And you lost Will Shepard and Jimmy Horn Jr. They didn't have the numbers that Travis nor LeJohntay had, right? But still, they was the core of the offense. They was the core of the offense. They was the offense. They were the players that the offensive coordinator featured. The quarterback and the wide receiver room. Well, when you look at Colorado this year, and hear me on this, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody. I don't. I'm just going off of what I seen on film and in game. That's the only thing I can do. I don't go to practice. I haven't been to a practice. I'm not an insider. But I'm here to tell you right now, this wide receiver group, led by Jason Phillips, the wide receiver coach, has the potential to be the best wide receiver group they ever coach. And that's saying a lot. I know Travis Hunter's a Heisman Trophy winner. Best player I ever seen play in football, period. My whole life. I get that. But I'm trying to tell y'all right now, as a group, now I'm not saying there's one wide receiver on here is better than Travis Hunter. No, I'm comparing them as a group or with the past group of wide receivers that they had. And I'm here to argue all day about this. Now, anybody who want to argue about that, I argue with it. Bring it on. Right? All day long. When you look at Sincere Brown, this dude is 6'5". He runs a 4.3 in the 40. The speed of Jimmy Horn Jr., he's 6'5". 6'5". He was 1,000-yard receptioner last year at Campbell University. I'm not saying he's a Travis Hunter, but look at here. If you take Travis Hunter ball skill and combine it with Jimmy Horn speed, Cecile Brown is that guy. He's that guy. I looked at the breakdown of a video from Buff and Prime. Man, look at him. That thing blew me away. Even though it was highlight films, they were just highlight films. This dude caught a slant, a 2-yard slant. They played K Salter team, Liberty, in that first game. He took a 2-yard slant. He was lined up in the slot position and took it to the house. K Salter Liberty team could not stop this dude. He just couldn't. He's 6'5". He's 6'5" with Jimmy Horn Jr. type of speed. I'm just trying to tell you what we got. I'm just trying to tell you what we got with the hard coaching of Jason Phillips at that wide receiver coach and the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Swayze. Sincere Brown might be a first round draft pick next year if he can get off. If they target him, if they feature him as a number one wide receiver, oh, it's on. It's on. He going to that league now. And think about, man, that's Randy Moss type of athlete. He's a Randy Moss type of athlete. Go watch his film. You just type Sincere Brown in your laptop or your phone on YouTube, and it'll come up. Even though he was playing against lesser competition, right? Even though the Big 12 and other teams are better than the teams that he played against. But man, anytime you can go out there and put up 1,000 yards in receiving, oh, you did your thing. I don't care if that is in my backyard. You go out there and run routes and catch 20 touchdowns and 1,000-yard receivers in my backyard. Boy, you the neighborhood bully. I'm just saying, you the neighborhood bully. Sincere Brown, right here, according to Scott Proctor, had 5 games where he had 100-yard receiving. I didn't say 2. I didn't say 3. I didn't even say 4. I said 5. He had 5 games where he had a 100-yard receiving. Throwing the football. It only takes one good pass. And if he can get 50 or 60 yards, it's over with. Matter of fact, when they played K. Salter, he didn't catch for 5 passes. 5 passes in that game. And had almost a 200-yard receiving and 2 touchdowns. Now, K. Salter done beat him, but he was showing out. That's why when he hit that transfer portal, K. Salter remembered him and said, hey, what's up? He tagged him over there on X, on Twitter. I saw it. He said, what's up? K. Salter recruited him to come to Colorado. And he there. I'm telling you, they got the potential to put on the show this year. I know y'all won't see that running game, but I'm going to tell you once again, if that running game don't get off, don't be surprised they turn to that thing like they playing last year. Out there trying to tell you, they're going to throw that thing around. You just can't bring in these type of wide receiver family and just let them sit over there for decoration. They're not going to do that. All right, let's move on to the next. Joseph Williams from Tulsa. We already done seen what JoJo can do. He already done showed you in the spring game and in the practice. And he going up against who? DJ McKinnon, who's supposed to be, quote unquote, what Coach Prime saying, and everybody's saying a first-round draft pick. And Joseph Williams lighting him up in practice, according to a well-off meeting, and reached the people and the pregame show. Because they're showing it. Every pass he catch is on DJ McKinnon. Touchdown. Mossing him. Catching it. K. Salter throw it to him just about every time he get a chance. Because he know Joseph Williams going to come down with it. That's called relationship, trust, and know you're going to be where you're supposed to be and know you're going to come down with that football. Joseph Williams from Tulsa. Joseph Williams is a bad dude. And Coach Prime know he is. Coach Prime know he is. High fiving. Boy, I mossed him. Coach Prime know, boy, me and K. Salter is on one-on-one. And I got whoever it is. I don't care if it's DJ McKinnon. I don't care who Coach Prime throwed out there. Joseph Williams coming down with that ball. JoJo, number 8. All that. Want it all. But the key thing is, he's going to start up front, like I told you in the first block. Up front, the offensive line. If they can hold 3 seconds, 2.5 to 3 seconds, it's over with. They cook. We got them. We got anybody. And we have a decent running game. Yeah, Joseph Williams. Hey, he in there. Well, We coming down to the third person. J.R. Dog. He my dog too. He everybody's favorite. Omarion Miller. It's the year for Omarion Miller to plant his feet on the turf and say, hey, this is my team. This is my year. I can ball out and go to the league. This is third season. I can ball out and go to the league. Is Omarion Miller wide receiver 1 on Colorado this year? I'm rooting for him. I want him to be if he's healthy. If he's healthy. You know, we didn't get a chance to see him that much in this spring. If Omarion Miller is healthy, boy, Coach Sway can just get him in there and work with him get him right, get his strength back in his leg. He can write his ticket to the NFL, y'all. I'm just sorry. He can. He can write his own ticket to the NFL. He can write his own ticket to the NFL. He just can do that. Omarion Miller is a dog without a shot of a doubt. To me, the last 2 years, even though I haven't seen enough consistent from him, but in the 2 games each year, he dominated that game. He dominated. Whenever Travis got hurt and went out, he dominated. Omarion Miller cost. Shador had to look for him. He's big. He don't have that top end speed like Jimmy Horn Jr. them got. But a one-on-one, Omarion Miller gonna be on y'all. I'm rooting for the guy. I think he have excellent talent. I want to see him make it. I want to see him make it because I heard his story and his background and where he came from, and he need to make it. I'm not trying to drag him down. I heard Corey Phillip, the director, player, personnel, because they from the same state. He said, I know Omarion Miller's story. I know where he came from, and he gonna try to help him get to the league. Right? Omarion Miller got the talent. He got the talent. I ain't no doubt about that. The question is, do he have that want to? Do he want to be better? Do he want to go out there and dominate every play like Travis Hunter did? Do he have the work ethic to do that? And also off the field, can he get together off the field? Can he get it together? Can he get up and go to school, do his classwork and all that? All that go hand in hand in being a college football player trying to get to the next level in the NFL with Coach Prime. That off the field. The off the field can hinder you from getting on the field. It can hinder you from getting to the next level. Coach Prime not going to play you if you have off the field issues. He just not. He just not. The word was, that's why K Softon didn't run with the ones. Heard he got in some off the field stuff, whatever it was. Your character for Coach Prime is major. Yeah. Your character shows who you are. And you ain't even got to play football. Your character tells everybody who you are. And playing with Coach Prime, you got to have good character off the field. That's not knocking no player. You just got to be, man, you got to walk a straight, narrow line. You got to do the right thing. You got to be on time for meetings, practice, and you got to do your work. And you got to watch what you say out your mouth. And you got to be respectful as a student athlete playing for Coach Prime. You should do that anyway in life, whether you playing sport or not. Your character defines you. Whatever come out your mouth defines you. That goes for a player, doctor, lawyer, secretary, nurse, teacher, principal. It don't matter. A human being should be respectable and have character that follows him or her. Yeah. So I think Omarion Miller can be that dog, can be that number one. Because we familiar with him. We are familiar with, we know what he can do. We know what potential he has. And it's up to him to reach that potential. He's had 2 games with 100-yard receiving, according to Scott Proctor of the DNVR. Well, Jack, what is it? History? I don't know how to pronounce the name. Y'all know I'm bad with last name. He got 2. Now I haven't did no research on him, but I saw him. I saw a couple highlights on him. Hey, that dude run a good. Hey, he play that slot position. Boy, he run some good routes. I know that. Somebody said he done been at Colorado before, and he coming back home. So I haven't done that much research on him, but I'm gonna move on down to Draylon Miller. Draylon Miller had 100-yard receiving this past season. I think he's gonna bring a lot of experience and leadership to that wide receiver room. That's just my opinion of Draylon, because he hung around Travis, he hung around DeJounte, Jimmy, and Will Shepherd when they was there last year. He said on Well Off, they asked him what role do he expect to play in this year. Now, this last year when they asked him that, and without a shot of a doubt, out of his mouth, he said, I want to play the role of LeJounte Webster as being a leader for this team. That speaks volume as a young man, just in his second year in college, just in his second year in college football. He didn't say he wanted to be the number 1 wide receiver. He didn't say he wanted to be the fastest. He did not say he wanted to be the best receiver on the team at all. He didn't say none of that. He just said, I want to bring the leadership which LeJounte Webster brought to him last year. That's called maturity. If you really, the word that Coach Brown like to use, grown for Shador, that called grown right there. Yeah. To take on that kind of responsibility, that lets you know everything you need to know about Draylon Miller. Yeah, he a Texas boy. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all tell JR. He a Texas boy. But still, you got to like that about a young man that want to bring that to a team. Leadership. You don't hear too many players saying that. You just don't. At that age, at 20 years old, man, I want to be a dog. I want to be a Heisman Trophy winner. I want to be the best wide receiver on the ring. But Draylon said, I just want to bring the leadership to the team. You can't beat that. His parents got to be proud of him. Got to. Somebody in his life led him the right way. I'm not saying that nobody else didn't get led the right way. I'm just saying you can tell a person by the words they use that come out of their mouth. It don't matter if you're a female or a male. You can tell a person by the words which come out of their mouth. You can tell where they've been, where they don't came from, who they've been in contact with, and everything. Draylon Miller said he want to bring leadership to the room. He's the one of the players on this team that have had a 100-yard receiver, Draylon Miller. The receiving room can be outstanding this year because they got some dogs, y'all. They got some dogs out there. They don't have the experience, but they got some players that go out there and make plays consistent. This offense can be one of the best offense in the Big 12, along with that offensive line and the quarterback, K-Soft. They can be an elite offense this year. And then you can't forget the tight end, Zach Atkins, what he brings to the table. In the running game, in the passing game, he's been a little nicked up, banged up. If he can just stay healthy the whole year, I know it's impossible, but it can be done. They're going to be lethal in that offensive scheme. If Pat Sherman can scheme it up, they're going to be lethal. And this dude right here, Amarion Miller, can come back and be the Megatron that we know he can be. Unstoppable at that wide receiver position. Amarion Miller can write his ticket to the NFL. He can write his ticket because he got that kind of talent. Amarion Miller can dominate the Big 12 alone. You see, you got to figure out who you're going to double as a defensive coordinator when you play them. Yeah. You got to figure out who you're going to double. If you got Sincere Brown out there who run a 4.3 and a 40, you got to put another safety over the top of him because he's going to burn. He's going to burn that DB in front of him. Yeah, if you got a wide receiver that can run a 4.3 and a 40, Jimmy Horn speed, you must double him. start off with a defensive back, cover him. They call it a cover 2 defense. You got to cover him with 2 players. Cecile Brown. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. But Omarion Miller can make this team fearless. Fearless. You kind of know what you're going to get from Cecile Brown. You kind of know what you're going to get from Draylon Miller. You kind of know what you're going to get from JoJo Williams. Whenever Colorado go 4 wide, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Yeah. Woo, I got to drink some water on that early morning. Whenever, hear me on this, family. Hear me. Hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Whenever Colorado can go 4 wide, 4 wide this year, you know what kind of pressure they're going to put on the defense? Okay, let me explain this to you. You tell me. You tell me. I already know what your answer is going to be, but I got to question this. I'm questioning it right now as I talk to you. Let's go back to the past year. We had 4 wide receivers. We had 4. You had Travis Hunter. You got LeJounte. 2 good ones. Next, you got Will Shepherd. The next one, you got Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn was injured, banged up, and everything. If you just look at their numbers, I don't even want to count Jimmy Horn and Will Shepherd. I'm just going to look at LeJounte and Travis. That's the first team. All right, let's move to the next team. This year team. Omarion Miller, Cecile Brown, Quinn Gibson, and JoJo Williams. Which group of wide receivers you think is the best to you? It ain't no right or wrong answer. Put down in the chat 1 for Travis Hunter, LeJounte, Jimmy, and Will Shepherd. Put 2 if you got Omarion Miller, Cecile Brown, who else I said? JoJo Williams, and Quinn Gibson at that slot. Lord, how much is Jesus? You got to remember now, Quinn Gibson is a freshman. He's a Max Prep National Player of the Year from Texas, North Crawley High School. We don't seen the highlights of this dude. Do you know what kind of pressure he gonna put on a team whenever they go 4th wide? You put him on the same side with Xavier Brown, who runs a 4-3 with Quinn Gibson right beside him. Okay, then. All right, Big 12. And then you put K Salter back there with him. Huh? Big 12. There's no reason why, with that offensive line that I just listed on here, Colorado should blister teams with this team on the offensive side. Now it's going to be up to the defensive front to hold the team. But the offense, they should not skip a beat with Xavier Brown right here. This dude is 6'5", who runs a 4-3. If you don't know what a 4-3 is in a 40, that's better than Jimmy Horn. He's faster than Jimmy Horn. Him and Jimmy Horn used to play on the same team. UCF. Xavier Brown, when they first started, they used to play with UCF. He was the fastest player then. Now, some players, it take a lot to get to their potential, to find their groove in college, and I get that because everybody ain't on the same level. But hear me. This dude caught 11 receiving touchdowns, over 1,000-yard receiving last year at Campbellton University. Like I said, I don't care if you're playing in my backyard. Hey. That's superstar status right there. Xavier Brown. And you're going to throw in Omarion Miller? And then you're going to throw in JoJo? And then you're going to give me Quentin in the slot? And then you're going to throw back there K-Salt? What? What y'all talking about? Big 12, what you talking about? BYU, what y'all want? We ain't dodging no smoke this year. It's not going to be no fall off. Coach Prime said last year I had some good players, but this year, Lord have mercy, I don't woke up. But this year, I got a better team. And he do. Coach Prime ain't lied to us. If you look at it and put your feelings out the way, Coach Prime said it himself. Last year, I had some good players, but this year, I got a better team. I have a better team. And he was really trying to tell you I got better wide receivers in this group. I'm gonna say it for you. Even though he had Travis Hunter, even though he had Jimmy Horn Jr., who he loved, he letting you know they were some good players, but they was injured, and some couldn't play, and some didn't reach their potential. But this year, this is what Coach Prime trying to tell you and me. I got a better team. He was trying to tell you I got a better wide receiver group and I got a better offensive line. I tell you what you're trying to tell you. I speak in tongue for him. I speak it in the future. He got a better wide receiver. I'm not taking that for Travis Hunter, LeJohntay, Jimmy, and Will Shepherd. They was good. They was real good. But this wide receiver group as a group is better. That gonna be better than them for us production wise on the field. Only 2 wide receivers that produced last year, and that was Travis Hunter and LeJohntay. And you look at Jimmy Horn Jr., he was injured. Look at Will Shepherd, 400 to 500 yards. You don't think JoJo gonna get you 400 to 500 yards in receiving? I got time today. I don't woke up now. Yeah, I don't woke up. I'm here now. I'm here. You don't think this dude right here can perform better on the field better than Will Shepherd? And I'm not knocking Will Shepherd. I'm for all of them. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to compare the two. I know I shouldn't do that. I'm just letting you know what finna get ready to come down the pipe. With a tight end. Okay, Surveyor Small was last year. You don't think this dude right here better than Surveyor Small? For his catching wise, blocking wise, number 85, Zach Atkins. For this offense for Coach Prime and Colorado this year. If Omarion Miller is healthy, you don't think he's going to outperform on the field what? You don't think he can get close to LeJohntay records? 900 receiving yards if they feature him like they feature LeJohntay? You don't think he can put up those numbers? Is he healthy as a better wide receiver? You don't saw him in the 2 games that he showed out in before he got injured? Huh? Man. Okay. You didn't like that? Now hear me on this. I ain't gonna say nothing wrong on this. Now, K Salter is not a H does that, Coach Prime. I ain't gonna do it to you, Coach Prime. I ain't gonna do it to you. But I'm here to tell you, Coach Prime. I'm here to tell you, if you get this dude here the freedom, that number 3, you get this dude here the 3. If you give this dude that number 3 the freedom as you gave grown your son to do a sentence, oh, how much is Jesus? Ooh, let me stop. Let me stop early this morning. I got to get ready to go get on this grill. Coach Prime, my dog, you give Salt Shaker a chance to throw that ball around like you gave to do it. Man, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I promise you, Big 12 would be in trouble. Now, if K Salter just go out there and throw for 35 to 4,000 yards, Big Tiger Media. Yeah, I'm talking now. Yeah, we're talking about 3 now. If K Salter can go out there and throw for 35 to 4,000 yards and then turn around and hit them with 700 to 1,000 yard rusher, man, it's over. What else you want? It's over. The Big 12 will be coming to Colorado. This ain't Bernard Watts talking. This ain't sports talk with B. Watts talking. These are the facts that's talking right now. Listen, it all gonna come down to one person and one person only. There he is right there in the background. It is up to him to make it work. Pat Sherman. If Pat Sherman studied the plays from Liberty in 2023 and dial that thing up just like that, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna blow no smoke to you. K Salter is a Heisman Trophy candidate without even playing. You put him on any team right now Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Auburn. If you put him on Auburn right now, K. Salter out the gate will be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Only reason they ain't featured and talking about him now because he playing for Coach Prime. That's it. That is the reason why the big time media ain't talking about K. Salter. Is because of that. It ain't because Juju behind him. Everybody knows that Juju is not better than him. Hell, Juju know he ain't better than K. Salter. We know that. Everybody know that. K. Salter is finna go into his 5th year playing. He more mature, calm, and he know the game. Only thing K. Salter got to do is do what's right off the field. On the field, go out there and play your game. He just can't turn it over. He can't throw no interception. He can throw an interception. I ain't gonna kill him because he throw an interception. He just can't continue that to turn the ball over and miss throws. If Byron Leftwich is up there, that's his responsibility to get K. Salter right. He did it with Tom Brady. He been up there already. I haven't seen him in a while. If he go out there and get K. Salter right, that offense gonna flourish with Omarion Miller, Cecile Brown, Quinn Gibson, and JoJo Williams. And I ain't even said nothing about Draylon Miller. I ain't said nothing about Cam Mike. I haven't even mentioned Hakeem Williams, who they picked up from Florida State University. And he's a big dude. He's a go-getter. He is him. He is. Hakeem Williams, he's a big dude. I heard Uncle Neely interview Coach Phillip. They said he tried to get Hakeem Williams to come to Jackson State when they first went down there. Yeah, this dude is 6'3" at 220 pounds. Look at the size of his arm. A big, humongous guy. And I haven't even mentioned him. I haven't even mentioned what he can do. I'm just trying to tell you, like I told you earlier 5 minutes ago, if you look at Colorado wide receiver room this year, Coach Prime, this wide receiver has the potential to be better than last year. As a group. Last year, y'all can have Draylon Miller. You can have him. Put him on the team from last year. Don't put him on the team this year. Because we still got, I haven't even mentioned Isaiah Hodge. I haven't even mentioned Farrakhan X. I'm just trying to tell you about the wide receiver room that Coach Prime could have potentially coming into this year, along with that offensive line. We ain't skipping no beat. They're not going to skip a beat for a scoring or running some points up. They got the potential to be the team 50-9. I'm not going to be honest. If that defense stand up, we have the potential to put 50 points on the board every game with K. Salter. Passing and running with the wide receiver and with that offensive line. I just told you about the offensive line. Each one of them averaging 320 pounds. They are dominant in the run game and the scheme where they come from. With Dallin Hay and Trackhawk in the backfield with Micah, there's no reason why Pat Sherman and this offense shouldn't be able to get it together. I know a lot of people are down Pat Sherman, but I think he's gonna be a heck of a coach. He finna show us he's a heck of a play caller. He know football. He know the offense. I got faith in him because he got a quarterback back there has the potential to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Now, what if he win the Heisman? It's gonna be up to the team. He gonna be in that talk by that third game when he dusts off Georgia Tech. The name gonna start going around. He probably gonna have 300-yard passing and 100-something yard rushing with 4 TDs, 3 passing and 1 run in that Georgia Tech game alone. And that gonna start that hype train. And I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna make sure as soon as that game go off, I'll be the one to kick it off on him. I'm gonna do my part. K. Salter, take that shot. Shake it. Sprinkle a little salt. It's the early morning edition of Sports Talk with B. Watson. I'm your host, Bernard Watt, talking about the Colorado football team. I'm just trying to tell y'all early this morning, no matter where you're at, Coach Prime is committed. I'm telling y'all, he's committed and building the trenches. Why you say that, B.Y.? Look at it. Jordan Seaton, 6'5", 330. Xavier Hill, 6'5", 320. McGill, 6'3", 312 pounds. Zy Chrysler will be the best offensive lineman on Colorado this year. He will give up the least sacks he coming in at 6'7", 340 pounds. A fire hydrant, a dump truck, a bulldozer. You're not going to move him. He come from the Big Ten, Illinois, where he had a 1 sack out of 500 snaps. Then you bring in another Jolly Green Giant. Who is that? Larry Johnson, 6'7", 350 pounds. That's a lot of beef up front. That's an SEC team. There's no SEC team built like that for its measurement and for its size. Google it. Check out Alabama. Check out Georgia. Our right side, that right side, along with Jordan Seaton, look at the side. They 6'5", over 330 pounds. The question going to be, can they stay healthy? Do we have the depth behind them that can perform just in case one of them go down? Just in case one of them go down, is Chauncey going to be ready? Chauncey Gooden going to be ready? That's the key. Or will they be ready? Will our offensive line coaches have them ready just in case one of them go down? When you look at Yo-Yo, same size, 330 pounds as Jordan Seaton. He's 6'4", 330. Will he be ready just in case one of them go down? One of them go down. Will Yo-Yo be ready? Will Yo-Yo be ready? Will he be ready? Once again, that wide receiver room. I'm just trying to tell y'all, I ain't knocking Travis. I ain't knocking LeJohntay. I ain't knocking Jimmy Horn Jr. I'm not knocking Will Shipp nor Draylon Miller. Nor Terrell Tillman. He was on that team last year too. And both of them on this team this year. They ain't got nothing on these guys under me. As a group. Individually, they good. LeJohntay good. He the best. He one of the best slot wide receivers that was in that draft. Just past draft. LeJohntay. He was. LeJohntay. I give him that. He was good. In 4 years from now, you don't think this dude gonna be that? You don't think Quinn Gibson can be a LeJohntay? You don't think that? He can do punt returns too. He's the max prep player of the year nationally from North Crawley, Texas High School. He is. He's that. Okay. That didn't tickle your fancy. All right. You want to talk about Travis Hunter? Who can I put with Travis Hunter? Ain't no Travis Hunter, so I can't link nobody to Travis Hunter. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, this dude right here, he gonna shot a whole lot of folk this year with the speed he got and the size and the range he got. Yeah, his pass radius is wider than the Massippoo River. Yeah, the Massippoo River. His catch radius. Look at the size and his measurement, as JR say. I'm not saying he's gonna be a Travis Hunter, but he a 1,000-yard receiver, and he had 11 touchdowns. He's the same kind of number Travis Hunter did. He just don't play defensive back. For his wide receiver, that dude just as good as Travis Hunter. He just as good as him. I just told you about Quentin Gibson to measure him up with LeJohntay, even though LeJohntay is better and probably going to get more target than Quentin Gibson going to get. But I'm just saying. And then you take Omarion Miller and Quentin Gibson and put them together, you don't think those two can have the numbers that LeJohntay had if they put him out there, depending on what scheme they run and everything. I think they can. And then you got who? JoJo Williams. You don't think he's going to outshine Will Shepherd and what he put up? I got time today, somebody. You want to argue? We can argue today on this. I'm just trying to tell you. And then again, you got Cam Michael. You don't think Cam Michael can do what Jimmy Horn Jr. did? Jimmy Horn ain't scored 1 touchdown this year. They bringing in a dude that's 6'3", 220 pounds, a senior from Florida State. Look at the side. You don't think he can do what Jimmy Horn Jr. did this past year on that football field? Jimmy Horn Jr. had 400-yard reception and 1 TD and missed 4 to 5 games. You don't think Hakeem Williams gonna go out there and outperform him if he stay healthy and play the whole year? That's the only thing I'm trying to tell you. The only thing I'm trying to tell you, this offense is gonna be lethal. It's gonna be lethal with K. Salter and Pat Sherman. They got to be on the same page. They got to have their shit together from game one. From game one, Pat Sherman will be the key to it all. He's in charge of the offense. He's in charge of the scheme. And Coach Prime must and shall hold him accountable. He's the head coach. He got to know when to call his timeouts. He got to know when to make a correction or changes on that offensive side of the ball if it ain't going right. I ain't talking about in practice. I'm talking about during the game. Now, I ain't talking about at halftime. I'm talking about in the first or second quarter. Too much talent to be losing a game, turning it over, and all that. Coach Prime is on the clock. Because the talk is, can Coach Prime win without Shedeur and Travis Hunter and Shiloh? That's the talk. That's the talk. And I'm sure Coach Prime want to prove it to himself because Shedeur is saying the same thing that Coach Prime say. Father and son. When they ask Shedeur, do you want to prove the NFL wrong or the Cleveland Browns wrong for not drafting you? Shedeur said, I'm not here to prove anything to anyone, but I just want to prove it to myself. Who you think he got them words from? Who you think he got them words from? He got it from his father, his dad, his head coach, Coach Prime, because he's using the same word that I'm going to apply to him. I ain't trying to prove nothing to B. Watts. I ain't trying to prove nothing to Stephen A. North Shannon Shaw that I can win without Shedeur and Trav. I'm going to prove it to myself. That's the narrative. Can Coach Prime win without them? With the way Coach Prime has built this team, it looked like he's going to answer all the questions. For the offensive side. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to concentrate on the defensive side. Return back and watch Sports Talk will be watched at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. But today, at lunchtime, I'm going to release a pre-recorded video that I'm finna do as soon as I go off here. I'll release it at 12 at noon, about 10 or 15-minute video talking about Shedeur Sanders and as quarterback one at Cleveland. And tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm talking about Shiloh Sanders. They love him. They love him in Tampa Bay already. I got the evidence. I got the photographs. I got the videos to show it to you. They loving it. The head coach is talking highly on Baker Mayfield, the quarterback, stood up in the paint and said, hey, that's Shiloh Sanders. He flying all over the field. We can hear him way down here calling the checks. Calling the checks. That sounds like Shiloh is running with the Warns already on the defensive side of the ball. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he started. I'm just saying he been out there with the Warns. If they can hear him calling the checks already. And they number one wide receiver talking good about him. I got the evidence to show you. That tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm talking about Shiloh, Jimmy Horn Jr., and LeJohntay in the NFL from the Colorado Buffalo football team. But right now, look at him. I'm just trying to tell y'all, JoJo Williams, along with Zach Atkins, Omarion Miller, Xavier Brown, Q Gibson, Hakeem Williams, along with Draylon Miller, Cam Micah, Farrakhan X, and you put K. Salter back there, their offense can be lethal, better than last year. Coach Prime was telling you, I had a good team last year. I had a good team last year. last year, but I got a better team this year. What's up, Rip? I'm gonna play your sermon tonight. Some of it. That's your sermon. Yeah. Tonight. What's up, Chad? Tonight, I'm talking about Shiloh and that blue medical tent. Yeah, hey, it's some people gonna go in there, y'all. I ain't talking about Shadur tonight. I ain't talking about nobody but Shiloh, Jimmy Horn, and LeJohntay in the NFL. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about nothing else but that. Yeah. Let me read, see what y'all got to say. All right. I want Hakeem Williams to move to tight end. Be watched. You know, Big Red. I think Greg said that same thing. Y'all might be on to something. Y'all might be on to something. You might be on to something. Miss Cameron Nash Williams. Miss Cameron Nash Williams. Don't forget what we talked about yesterday. I'm gonna drop that link. You supposed to come to the stage and talk to me for 2 minutes. Please don't hold K Salter back. Let him live his best life. Can't wait to see him perform. You're right. That's what they got to do. That's exactly what they got to do. That's exactly what they got to do. Byron Leftwich is going to be the offensive coordinator by the third game. I said it first, Ruben. I don't think Coach Prime going to turn it back. Hey, Pat Sherman going to die this thing. I ain't got no problem with it. I know he is. I know Pat Sherman going to die this thing up. Speaking of Auburn, that dude, Eric River, left Georgia Tech and went to Auburn. Be watched so we don't got to see him the first game. Oh, he done left Georgia Tech. Oh man, that's gonna be a blessing. I didn't know that, Benzo. Hey, he's gonna be a problem, man. Yeah. Hey, that dude, Eric Rivers. Oh man, that dude gonna be a problem. Appreciate that, man. Salter technically was on Tennessee. True. Yeah. He was on Tennessee. Ruben said, but we're gonna prioritize the run. But if it not doing well, we're gonna be back throwing that rock. Yeah, we're gonna try to run it. They should run it. They should run it. They should run the football now. They should do that. So I ain't got no problem with that. I think this team Jack gonna be better overall for his depth, the starting, a type of player that they don't brought in. Coach Prime has done a heck of a job. That the point they supposed to be better, and that not taken away from last year, guys. But Prime want to always be the best. Ruben. All right, appreciate that. Appreciate that comment. Ms. Cameron said, if we have a better team, we need to have a better record. I agree. 10-2 is the goal. They need to go 10-2. They went 9-3 last year. We need to go 10-2. My dog, what's up, Wayne Hood? Colorado gonna be tough this year. Man, they're gonna be, bruh. They're gonna be on it this year. They gonna be on it this year. I just believe that. They're gonna be more explosive, disciplined. That's the key thing. That's another key thing. Can they be disciplined? No holding to stall the drive, no jumping offside, no personal foul, or nothing like that. Like I say, your character means everything to you. Bruh, CU offense should be more explosive than last year. Yeah, they should be. I believe they is. RJ, put 2, the second, this wide receiver group. I'm telling you, man, they got a chance, man. They got a chance, bro. They have a chance. Jack was top 3 receiver on a 1-11 team. Okay. Yeah. What's up, A1 Sport? USF. Oh, what I say? I thought I said USF. What I said? UCF. My bad. Y'all know I get mixed up by them words. Ruben, Cam too. Yep. Quentin first. Quentin Gibson not getting in the game before Cam. You might have a point there. They're gonna have to have some package for Quentin Gibson though, Big Red. They're gonna have to have some package for that dude. He just too quick, bro. Quentin Gibson and Cecile Brown. Tim say 2, second group. Cake's up. What's going on, Cake? How you feel? Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just excited. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited. Draylon is from, he is. Small community. You right. I agree with you. Kim and I said, do you know why Jack wanted to come back since Coach Prime is still there? Oh, I don't know. Okay, you talking to somebody else. Okay. Gotcha. I hear you. On paper, Colorado got the best offense in the Big 12 by a landslide. Hey, they do. They just got to put it together. Pat Sherman got to put it together, y'all. He got to put it together along with that offensive line. If he put that together, if he put it together like it's supposed to, the offense will not be a hinder to Colorado and Coach Prime from winning the Big 12. They won't hinder him. What's up, Keith? Yeah, it's early in the morning, big dog. Early in the morning. Yeah, Draylon. He from Texas. He's a Texas guy. He is a Texas guy. Yes, ma'am. I want Old Miller to get healthy so we can see all that he has to offer. From what I've seen, he's great. 100. If Omarion Miller is healthy, I'm telling you, Miss Cameron, if he's healthy, he's going to be the number one wide receiver on Colorado if he's healthy. I don't care who they throw out. They're going to have to target him because when he was in practice, oh, yeah, K-Salt throw that ball to him. See, in order to get the numbers that you need a quarterback. They're going to throw it to you like, hey, you got to be that diva on that dog. You got to be a diva like Travis Harlan. You know how when Travis wouldn't get the ball, he would come to the sideline and tell Shador, man, get me the ball. Get me the ball. You got to be vocal. But it all starts next week or the end of this week. Everything starts this week. Everything. They report back this week, and it starts with this dude right here. He ain't going to let him down. I promise you, family. I promise you. He going to make him work. He finna put his final hands on this team for as physicality without the pads. He going to work the devil out on. I promise you. Omarion Miller, if you show up, Coach Swayze is going to get you right. If you do the things and be disciplined off the field and do the things that Coach Swayze is telling you to do to get you ready for the season, he going to do that. Then it also depends on your body, what all your body can take. And I get that. But Coach Swayze, it ain't going to be because of Coach Swayze. Coach Swayze is a dog in his profession. He just is. He's a straight out dog in his profession. And he ain't going to let up. He's not going to let up. And I'm sure Coach Prime don't want him to let up. Coach Swayze, I can't wait no video come out on Coach Swayze, boy. Man, look at here. He gonna have that thing wide open. He gonna have it wide open, man. He gonna have it wide open. Yeah. So I'm just excited. I'm excited for Omarion Miller, man. I really am. I be teasing with JR a lot. Or Omarion Miller, he got a chance, man, to go out there and just get down. Just get down. Let's get down. He can be the feature. He can be a feature. He can be a feature wide receiver in that. He can be a feature wide receiver. He can. He just can. He can. Yeah, he about to get faster working with Coach Sway. Coach Sway gonna put him on him, bitch, though. They just don't know it coming, man. Hey, y'all, I got to get off this thing. I got to go out here and prepare this meal. Yeah, Bucker. Hey, that's what. Hey, Big Kimberly, he sure said that. Me and JR be laughing about it. Me and the guys, me and JR's Uncle Steve and Coach Dre and Greg said it, man. We be tickled to death at Coach Swayze, man. Coach Swayze the one who got Shiloh right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest. Shiloh was not moving like the way he been moving down there in Tampa compared to Colorado before Coach Swayze worked with him. He just haven't. Looked like he was still, even though he was dealing with an injury up here at Colorado. But ever since he been at Tampa, man, Shiloh moving like a cornerback instead of a safety. That's just my observation. That's what I'm saying. Coach Swayze gonna have them boys throwing up in that garbage can. Yeah, they don't stay out there looking still. That's exactly what they're doing. Barnes, my dog Barnes. Shout out to Big Barnes. He gonna be the first one. They throw up. Him and McNeil. Yeah, they run together. They hang together. It's It's a liquor store sitting down at the bottom of that street. I know exactly where I can see it. I know. I said, dog, like it stand out. That's true. Salt Daily came last week, and his body has changed tremendous. Totally different from last year. Swayze is the truth. Man. Yeah, Dallin Hay. Yeah, when you look at Dallin Hay, you look at his body. It done changed. Since Coach Swayze been there. Coach Swayze he gonna put that work on. Hey, y'all, I got to get out of here, family. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget to look for at lunchtime a 15-minute video I'm gonna drop. It's a pre-record. I'm gonna get ready to pre-record the video now. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders as QB1, and I'm definitely giving you my opinion about the whole situation. It's gonna be a 15-minute. I got my notes down already. I'm gonna give it to you, and I'll be back live tonight at 8 p.m. talking about the headache gang himself, Shiloh Sanders. Y'all have a blessed day, blessed Memorial Day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the things that you do, and just be safe. Just be safe. Keep Coach Drake in your prayers as well. Text him, calling me. He haven't answered. He didn't answer Rod Man medium phone either. We think he's going through something, but we don't know exactly what it is. I know it was a shooting. I think Rod Man meeting said it was a shooting down there at his school where they had the prom. Somebody came by and just shot up the prom. And I think one of his players got hit. He okay, but one of his players got hit by a stray bullet. So they're kind of touching, probably for Coach Dre. I know it is, but whenever he ready to talk, I'm sure he'll reach out. I'm not gonna worry or bother him. I don't text him, let him know he's in our thoughts and he's in our prayers. So we always make it back. All right. Hey, I got to get out of here. Howard Cosell, take me out of here, big dog.
Next level. I need you to elevate. I need you to dominate. I do that because you got to believe. See, you surprised and you got caught off balance and you got caught off guard, but God didn't. For God's sake, have you considered my servant? And if he said that, that means everything you got inside of you, everything that you equipped with, that to do is stay. Stop worrying. Let me tell you what, faith and worry don't get along. They don't coincide. They ain't dogs, they ain't homies, they ain't brothers, they ain't friends. They can't cohabitate. You got to believe. That means you got to have faith. 2025 is our turn. It's our turn.
Check this out. You ever feel that moment when your name is being called, the pressure starts rising, and everything in you wants to second guess it? Well, let me tell you something. You don't need more time. What you need is more trust in your preparation, your prayer life, and your God-given authority. See, Luke 12:12 will help you because what it says is the Holy Spirit will teach you at the time exactly what to say. So what that means is you don't ever have to rehearse your greatness. You just have to be ready for it when it's time to lead. So whether it's in your job, with your family, your faith, or that hard conversation that you've been avoiding, don't stall. Move, stand tall, and let them feel what you've been carrying. So do this. Comment go time if you're done hesitating and you're ready to lead in real time. I'm Coach George, big, bold, and built for the moment. I'll see you next time on a Motivational Minute.
Are you practicing to practice or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
The next bus coming, you on the way.
Who else wants some? They said my D-line didn't exist. Bullshit.